significance of the title Dollhouse. Uh, the title of Dollhouse is symbolic, significant, as well as highly suggestive of the message that Ibsen seems to have intended to convey through the play. There are two important aspects of the play which the title directly points to: the doll, the doll, and the house. The doll represents Nora, the central character of the play, and the house stands for the house of Helmer, where Nora lives. If we read the play carefully and understand it critically, we feel that the word doll has been used in the title in a rather ironic manner. Doll signifies passivity, beauty, and the basically feminine nature, which which is seen in Nora when we look at her from outside. Indeed, from the viewpoint of Helmer, who is basically a traditional possessive husband, Nora the doll is something like an inanimate object with which he can play and enjoy. As Nora says at the end of the play, she had been her father's doll until her marriage, and she has been Helmer's doll for 8 years long, for 8 long years since her marriage. The word doll suits Nora if we look at her with a traditional or uncritical eye, as Helmer or Miss Lind would look, or rather as they would like Nora to be. The reality is, however, that Nora has all the potential of being a real woman, being seeking identity and dignity, and conscious of all the limitation imposed by her husband and his society's traditions. Nora is not a real doll but an apparent one. She is subservient. She is designed as per the demand and desire of Helmer, who would like to think that he makes her what he wants her to be. She is also perfect and unchanging, insentient, and easy to handle. Ye, um, Easy to handle like lifeless dolls, that is, in the eyes of Mr. Helmer. Her opinions and interests are fully determined and controlled by him. She is his doll, like she was her father's doll till marriage. Helmer possesses her basically and almost only for fun. Nora has um, Nora has herself explained the fun that her husband obtained while their playhouse. There is a line in the play, but our home has never been anything but a playroom. I have been your doll, wife, just as I used to be Papa's doll child, and the children have been my dolls. I used to think it was fun when you came in and played with me, just as they think it's a fun when I go in and play games with them. That's all our marriage has been. Another ironic indication in the use of the word dolls is that the house does not belong to the doll, nor is it made or maintained for her. The house, not home, is Mr. Torvald Helmer. In one sense, he possesses the house along with the doll. The house therefore seemed to belong to the doll, but he actually it is her cage. We see that the cover of the book belonged to it, or that it is the book's cover. It is only that in that sense that the house belongs to the doll. Thus Nora is the doll and the house is a cage or case for her. Indeed, the theme of the play suggests that her house or home is a limitation on her freedom and prospects of life. The word house also has symbolic suggestions and thematically significant connotations. House, as a contrasted to home, means a structure or shelter to live in. Unlike home, which means a house where one's family lives and one gets love and care. So, home is an emotively charged word, whereas house is not. In the case of the title of this play, the word house has a connotation of just a place to live in, a shelter, a lifeless thing, and so on. Indeed, for Nora, the house of Helmer has never been a home. It has been a house. As we see her in the beginning, Nora is mainly satisfied with her living place, her house. So it is her home indeed. But as he finds out later, it has been a house, a cage. He has been living there as a plaything until her expectation of an act of sacrifice by her husband, or what she calls miracle, fails to happen. When she is disillusioned about her place and value her dignity and respect from her husband, she realizes that her husband has been treating her like a child, treats it like a child treats its doll. um, she has the feeling of that home which has been like the doll's house. That is the meaning of the title. The title is thus very appropriate, and it is also indicative that the theme of the play. That was all about the title of the play, Doll's House.